What's up, Dodgers Nation? On this edition of the 3 Up 3 Down podcast, we're going to talk about what really separates the Dodgers from the San Diego Padres. Welcome back to the 3 Up 3 Down podcast. My name is Eric Yulee, your host for this 5-minute Dodgers Nation production. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram. That is at EEULAU. I'm recording this Thursday evening. The Dodgers going for the sweep of the Padres in San Diego after the Dodgers won Tuesday night and Wednesday night. If you haven't heard about Wednesday, you don't love baseball, you don't like the Dodgers, clearly, and you're sure as hell not watching this podcast. But 16 innings, the Dodgers win at 5-3 thanks to AJ Pollock's 2-run shot in the top of the 16th to finish the longest game, extra innings regular season game since they started the runner on second rule. Another great epic chapter in this Dodgers-Padres rivalry. Game ended around 1 a.m. Thank God for coffee to get us all through the workday, or tea if you're a tea person. No judgment here, no judgment. But a great game, another great chapter. And one of the reasons I love this rivalry and I really like some of the friction between these two teams, the Dodgers and the Padres, is because they're two different approaches on the field. I think the Dodgers a lot more buttoned up. Professional may be kind of an overstated word, but just a little more settled on the field, kind of been there, done that mentality, a little more of a veteran team. And the Padres, a little more boisterous, flamboyant. They're out there to have fun, which I think both ways can create and win championship games. I don't think it precludes you from being successful, but I think that definitely kind of drives some of the friction. You saw it last night, right? You have Dave Roberts in between innings when his reliever comes in, just filling out his lineup card, gives the guy a nod, good job, but just kind of going about his business. Jace Tingler's out there like a college football coach, rah-rah, clapping up, dapping guys up, and that's cool. That's all well and good, but the managers are the reason that this game went the Dodgers' way. And I also think it's the big point of differentiation between the Dodgers and the Padres that not everyone always talks about. I'm not saying Dave Roberts is Joe Torre. I'm not saying he's Tony La Russa, but he out-strategized Jace Tingler in that Wednesday 16-inning affair. Jace Tingler left himself without anyone on the bench, had the pitcher spot in at the 5 spot behind Machado and Cronenworth. And what did Dave Roberts do? In the words of Jeff Passan, he went full grandmaster, and he exploited that weakness. He created a situation where he intentionally walked Machado and Cronenworth a combined 5 times. Between Machado and Cronenworth, they had but one at-bat against the Dodgers relievers in extra innings. You had Joe Musgrove, Brian Weathers, and Camarena for the Padres, all pitchers trying to pinch hit and to create some magic against the Dodgers. And I think Dave Roberts did an incredible job of exploiting that weakness. And I think Jace Tingler still has some things to learn. And I think the managers and how they handle their teams. And look, go back to Roberts' 2018 Game 4 World Series, pulling Rich Hill too early. Yikes, horrible decision. Game 5, 2019 LDS against the Nationals, putting Kershaw in there in relief. Double yikes. Roberts has had his trials and tribulations. He's not perfect either, but I think he can outmanage Jace Tingler, and I think that's why the Dodgers have won some closer games against the Padres. I think that's definitely why the Dodgers beat the Padres in Game 1 of last year's NLDS, and I think that kind of showed some of Tingler's inexperience. Him and his front office decide to start Mike Clevinger, who's not really ready, something I personally don't believe that Dave Roberts and Andrew Friedman would do. What happens, Clevinger pops his forearm in the second inning, he's out, Tommy John, see you later, see you in a year and a half. It's sad, but hey, they decided to pitch him. And then you have in that same game, it's the 6th inning, it's 1-1. The Dodgers are not hitting that well. The Buehler's already been pulled. They're grinding. The Padres are right there. And what happens? Jace Tingler, who's managing a young team who's never been there before against a veteran team like Dave Roberts and the Dodgers. I don't know why I said like Dave Roberts is playing because he's not. But playing a veteran team like the Dodgers who have been there, and the guy gets ejected. And you can game plan all you want. You can talk about with your coaches. But in the game plan, there's no, hey, if I get ejected in Game 1 of the NLDS, here's how I want you to handle the final 3 innings. So what happens in that inning? The Dodgers go up 5-1. They win Game 1. They win the series. And I think that was a pivotal moment for that Padres team. And Tingler, once again, being a little more inexperienced than Dave Roberts. That's why I think the managers and how they handle their teams is a big point of difference between the Dodgers and the Padres. Dave Roberts has been there. Not saying he's perfect, but he outmanaged Jace Tingler on Wednesday night, and that is a big reason why the Dodgers won. There's 6 more Dodger-Padre games this season, a few more pages to be written in a great rivalry, but that's it. That's all I got time for. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, rate, review on the Dodgers Nation YouTube channel. Download the Dodgers Nation app on Google Play or the App Store. Please check out the Blue Heaven Podcast and Dodgers Dugout with Doug McCain. Thank you, and we will see you on the other side.